Take a breath. Count backward from 10. Everything is as it should be. Everything will continue to be as it should be. The hypnotics and paralytics will take effect momentarily, and you will slip calmly into a dreamless sleep. It's the good too. Fentanyl and Versed. You'll feel pretty high for a few seconds. You are welcome. Be sure to wave on your way around the moon. One of them, at least. Do not panic. All is well. All is well. Settle into that bathtub full of ice and ask yourself, really ask, how often do you use your liver anyway? This reference to the Cuppinator won't make sense now, but it will in 10 minutes or so. Oh, the suspense is killing me. It has been 1,341 days since we have been liberated, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, from the tyranny of freedom. This is your daily reminder of how good you have had it since the Artillian extraterrestrial invasion and subjugation 1,342 days ago, which succeeded after a battle with human forces lasting roughly 11 and a half minutes. All hail, Artillia. All hail the eyes in the sky. All hail Donald Duck, vaudeville, and variety. All hail strawberry jam and all the different varieties. All hail Mrs. Mop and good old Mother Riley. We are the Desperate Dan Appreciation Society. All hail Fu Manchu, Moriarty, and Dracula. I'm your host, Landon Harker, and I'm just here to breakdance and f***. Here's how good you have it today. The word of the day, friends, is obey. 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 Additionally, the word of the day yesterday has been liberated from that safe at Fort Knox. Barry finally remembered the combinations. Oh, Barry. For completionists, the word of the day yesterday, which was temporarily lost forever inside of Fort Knox, was mislaid. Again, the word of today is obey, not irony. Our Artillian masters are not capable of understanding the concept of irony, not unlike the difference between excitement and mayhem. You are listening to Mayhem. Also not capable of understanding the concept of irony, Alanis Morissette. And despite the Artillian lack of ironic understanding, that is that they don't understand irony, not that their understanding itself is not ironic, were an Artillian to experience rain on their wedding day, they would understand it to be an unfortunate coincidence, which it is, but not ironic, which it is not. The concept of rain and weddings have no inherent relationship, and it is, therefore, not ironic for rain to occur on your wedding day. It's just a shame. For you. Your guests didn't want to come anyway. Trust me, none of them. Not even your mother. Fires and fire stations are, however, related. A truly ironic situation would be something like a fire station burning down and the fires consuming the hoses first. Oh, they just have to stand there and look at it, wouldn't they? Also related to fire is how burned up this host remains about Alanis Morissette's writing. Or what could be charitably called writing, if one chooses to be charitable. I do not. Yes, after all these years, I'm still pissed the f*** off. I won't say she will now be punished given my position of power, but I won't not say that either. Suffice it to say, should some unfortunate accident befall Mrs. Dave Coulier, I, your humble host, had nothing to do with it. We regret to inform you that man in Skokie, Illinois, who had been smiling unfailingly for 843 days, so happy was he that he was free from the burden of choice, has died. Doctors had given him a 2% chance of survival, and it appears that his chance of survival was even slightly lower than 2%. It was closer to 0. Much closer. It was exactly 0. Let me tell you, comrades, that our Artillian overlords are not without care for those sympathetic to the Artillian cause. The man from Skokie, Illinois will be honored with an Artillian ceremony whose name cannot be spoken by the human mouth, but when translated from Artillian to French to English is said something like a pandering, sarcastic ceremony of fun good time. Fun good time, indeed. Godspeed and salute to you, the former human in Skokie, Illinois. You were a hero and one of the special ones. And now, I won't mind saying that I am extremely excited for our next segment. It is an interview with a man that you either knew and loved or have come to know and love, as knowing and loving him is currently compulsory. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, please welcome to the program the animated corpse of Chuck Barris. Chuck, thank you for taking time out of your demanding schedule. Now that is the sound of a man hard at work. Tell me, what is your favorite part of the resurrection? Both yourself and the new Gong Show. I see, yes. Would you say that it's great to be back on Earth during such an exciting time?
Well, it's an interesting question,
Tell me, Chuck, how did you have the idea for the Gong Show originally?
I was angry at the time. I checked into the Wyndham Hotel, which is on 60 something Street. Yes, in New York, and it's just behind Rumpelmeyer's or the Park Sheraton,
Fascinating. And lastly, Chuck, I apologize because I know you get this question constantly, even before you were nothing more than a reanimated corpse ripped back to this life from the calm, eternal slumber. Were you really a contract agent for the Central Intelligence Agency at the same time you were producing The Dating Game?
Well, I don't answer that question ever, and I can just tell you that the number 2 guy in the CIA said, in answer to reporters asking that question, that I must have been standing too close to the gong when I say things like that. But still, I'll never say one way or the other.
Well, I have to say, that was an extremely lucid, if not disappointingly vague answer. Thank you so much for your time, Chuck. We cannot wait to see what you do next. The Artillian Division of Human Instruments of Governments wishes to inform you that the French instruments of government will remain intact in perpetuity. The French are an outlier within the Artillian concept of Earth, and they enjoy the pomp and circumstance of how the French do things there. The Artillians had hoped to arrive on Earth for their subjugation prior to the Revolution to inquire of Marie Antoinette how her little head supported those hats. But they got lost around Zeta Reticuli, and that added a few hundred years to the trip. Nevertheless, the Artillians still like the cut of France's jib. That being said, the following positions of power in the French government have been eliminated, effective immediately: the President, the Prime Minister, Ministers of Parliament, the Senate, the National Assembly, and the Constitutional Council. The French government will now be overseen in its entirety by a body of French government this host cannot pronounce. It sounds kind of like Conseil d'État or something like that. Regardless, the Artillians still love the art, music, language, smoking from a young age, and France's long history of eating good cheese, having bad sex, and surrendering almost immediately. And now, to give you a further feeling of peace, the sounds of crickets in a meadow. That was nice to hear, friends. I'm sure that you, like me, have missed the subduing rhythm of that sound ever since all of the crickets exploded. Yes, all of them. Every single one. At the same time. Even the ones children were studying in their palms. It was quite a mess, and there was crying. Sure is unfortunate that they all decided to explode in unison for no discernible reason. Let's hear that one more time. Wonderful. As per the orders of the Artillean Division of Blemish-Free Human Skin, several of the orbiting Artillean motherships activated powerful magnets capable of removing tattoo ink, but not capable of removing the iron from blood yesterday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It came as a surprise to few that those magnets were indeed capable of removing the iron from blood. But not just the iron. It was the iron plus the red and white blood cells. Or blood. That's probably the easiest way to say that. The Artillean Division of Blemish-Free Human Skin wishes to inform you that they regret this unfortunate incident, wish you all a speedy recovery, and thank you for your involuntary donation. On an unrelated topic, the Artillean Division of Human Male Reproduction is interested in studying the varying potencies of male human semen and has spent considerable time of late on R&D for powerful suction cups. I'm not here to force any action on your part, fellas, but I will say that I have begun wearing a steel-reinforced cup 24 hours a day. Incidentally, my new business venture, the Cuppinator, is now for sale on my website, cuppinator.com, for all of your steel cup needs. Told you. The producers of this show wish to apologize to Pete Quaife, Dave Davies, Ray Davies, and Mick Avery, collectively the founding members of the Kinks, for lifting large portions of their song, The Village Green Appreciation Society, for use in the introduction of today's episode. I, however, will not issue that apology, and do not feel the need to apologize. Firstly, it's a tribute to the world's second greatest band after Talking Heads, of course. And secondly, there is no such thing as copyright anymore after the establishment of the Artillean Division of removing all copyrights because they are annoying. If, for argument's sake, copyright did still exist, this statement would effectively satirize the use of the song's lyrics within the context of a comment on the foibles of copyright, effectively making it fair use. So there. But copyright doesn't exist, so it's moot. I apologize for nothing, and I feel great about my choices. I do not fear the Davies brothers. We are pleased to inform you that things are going wonderfully in the Artillean capital city of Hum. Ladies and gentlemen, better than expected, even at this early stage. Thus far, despite the crushing, almost inconceivable pressure of running a world government despite only 10 minutes' notice, there has been only one suicide and 2 nervous breakdowns. So not too bad. Granted, there are only 20 residents in Hum, so that skews the statistics a bit. Well, there were 20. 19 now. But still, so far the world government in the capital city of Hum has issued the following executive and legislative orders. The Artillean capital city of Hum orders that double E breast thing is back on again. The Artillean capital city of Hum orders that more people who know a lot about running governments must relocate to Hum immediately. The Artillean capital city of Hum orders that Artillians must reserve half of the biscuit supply for local residents, particularly until people who know a lot about running governments arrive. The Artillean capital city of Hum orders that the Croatian city of Hum is no longer the Artillean capital city of Hum. So ordered. It came as a surprise to virtually no one that the Artillean Division of Actual Government struck down each of these orders as soon as they were issued, and residents of Hum were punished with a biscuit prohibition and literal slaps on the wrist, courtesy of the hand-like structures of the local Artillean overseer. It hurt. Trust me. Now that is a real shame and you hate to see it, but maybe it will teach them a lesson. Questions have been asked of this host and program vis-a-vis the Artilian physicality. And while those of us who have been blessed with assisting our beautiful Artilian overlords to better this planet are in contact with them regularly, I understand that many of you in less central areas may have never encountered or even seen an Artilian. Perhaps you've heard stories, rumors, tall tales. Oh, and I didn't mean tall tales as a synonym for rumors. I meant it's been said that Artilians have tall tales. But this is a tall tale. Get it? Let's all get on the same page, brothers and sisters. What do we know so far? Artilians have 2 finger-like digits and 3 finger-like digits, respectively, on 2 hand-like structures. Artilians sort of half-hover to get around. Artilians never have or make any sounds that could reasonably be understood as wet farts. Artilians do not have tall tails. Additionally, Artilians are not exactly humanoid, not exactly reptilian, and not exactly like a mollusk in physical appearance. And yet they are exactly like all of those things as well. Okay, brass tacks. It's sort of like trying to explain why time is relative to the observer to someone. You'll go on and on and on until you run out of nouns, and you can see that they sort of comprehend it, but you know that when they walk away, most of their understanding will be gone in 10 to 12 seconds. Unfortunately, photographing, videotaping, or even sketching an Artilian is a capital crime. So I'm afraid that the above description is about the best I or anyone else can provide. But relax, dear listener. Artilians are wonderful and beautiful, and that's really all you need to know. All hail, Artilia. All hail the eyes in the sky. All is well. All is well. All is so well. All hail, Chuck Barris. Watch your ass, Alanis. Mayhem is a Wetwork Media production starring Landon Harker. It is written and produced by Dan Lauer. All music is provided courtesy of Kevin MacLeod and licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. To learn more, visit incompetech.com.
I was angry at the time. I checked into the Wyndham Hotel, which is on 60 something street. Yes, in New York, and it's just behind Rumpelmeyer's or the Park Sheraton.